supposed to celebrate the birthday of the Holy Prophet, we will be very, very careful. We will be very, very concerned so that we not go do things that are haram, and we say we celebrate the birthday of the Holy Prophet. Basically, if I'm for read Quran, that is plenty. If I'm for fast, because even the Holy Prophet talk inside Sahih Muslim, where they ask and say, why make you the fast on Monday? He said, I fast on Mondays because I was born on Monday and the Holy Quran was revealed to me on a Monday. So because of that, it is fast. That means it don't acknowledge in birthday. So read plenty Quran, we make salawat ala nabi. No, say the Quran self it tell me that. Say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. He said the Almighty Allah and angels them, then they send praise and salawat upon the Holy Prophet. So una self una believe una self una do am plentiful. So that day we praise the Holy Prophet plentiful. So those are some of the ways. Like this year we intend to get a symposium. We say how they discuss the life of the Holy Prophet as an epitome of what? Of peace and reconciliation. Say this country, we want peace, we want to reconcile all the differences. So the Holy Prophet now a prototype, now a very good example of how he do a lot of negotiations, how he do a lot of peace treaties in life. So we need to emulate that.
So how the life of the Prophet been tallied?
Yeah, the life of the Holy Prophet, all the goodies where you think about, because just like I tell you, God not praise them for anything. The only thing we praise them for, in conduct. You say you get the best of conduct. So the Holy Prophet, Yusuf go no sister, even before they call him to prophethood, they call him at the Arabian Peninsula Al-Amin. They say he was the honest man, he was truthful, he was honest. Even before they call him to prophethood, now the people then go keep them, money them, amana, that trust. Everything about the Holy Prophet was perfect. He was a pure somebody. He do a lot of sacrifice for Islam. He try for change a society, the Arabian society, where been barbaric, when have been the lowest of the low. He try for transform that society there from Jahiliyyah to this present civilization where today we will see say they get one of the best civilization of the world.
So what is some Islamic book then talk about for celebrate back then?
In Islam, what would they talk about authorities? The first authority would they refer to in the Holy Quran. Because standing in the source of all we conduct, all we laws, all we behaviors, the first source would they refer to in the Quran. So the Quran, it tell we plenty. In the first place, God, it tell we inside Holy Quran, for say, God self venerates, he express a peace on the birth of a prophet, then also a prophet self talk. Look, for instance, in Surah Al-Maryam, where God, they talk about the birth of Yahya alayhi salam. He say, Bada Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. He say, Wassalamu alayhi. He say, peace be upon him. That is Yahya alayhi salam, where then they call John the Baptist. Yawma wulida, the day he was born. So peace be upon him. See specific on the day he was born. So God, they send peace upon Nabilah Yahya, where na John the Baptist on the day he was born. Wa yawma yamut, and the day he will die. Wa yawma yub'asu hayya, and the day he will be raised up to death. Then look again inside Quran. What in Quran tell we? It say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The Quran they tell we say, Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. See, God and in angel, and then they send peace and salutation, then they venerate the Holy Prophet. Say, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. So una believe, una celebrate him. The Holy Prophet himself inside hadith, he don't talk, see, the Sahabas then come meet him. They say, why are you fasting on Mondays? Now he say, I fast on Mondays because I was born on a Monday and the revelation was revealed to me on a Monday.
Which message we go send out there to the Muslim community?
In the first place, I just want to send a congratulatory message to all Muslims them in Sierra Leone and all over the world. Come on, to Nabilo to Sierra Leone business no more. Every country in the world except one or two. Now they no more not they celebrate. One. I know they even say two. One. But all outside Muslims then they observe Maulid Nabi, the birth of the Holy Prophet of Islam. So I send congratulatory messages to all leaders of Islam in the world, to Muslims then in the world all over, especially in Sierra Leone, on the birthday anniversary of the Holy Prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and blessed progeny. And I ask all Muslims then for let them join in the celebration.
Well, that's na the President for Assembly of Shia Muslim, Mohammed Lamin Mansari. Inside an interview with Mastan Swari, we talk about the reason we make Muslims therefore celebrate the Prophet Muhammad in birthday yesterday, as you say. Now because then for promote peace and reconciliation na the country. The program midday show will continue. Inside the program we'll continue for look at more issues, but before we go, inside the program now we studio guests inside the program. We in Samuel Toure in a program monitoring and evaluation officer for Women's Network for Environmental Sustainability. Good afternoon and welcome to the program midday show. Okay, plenty thank you for joining today inside the program. They look at another issue. Go inside the National Coordinator for Women's Network for Environmental Sustainability, Gertrude Karimo, say the reason Gertrude Karimo say the reason we make them bring different organizations together. And for talk about policy them we government don't develop for fight climate change in the country. Gertrude Karimo talk this for second one engagement where oneness all with then stakeholder them for talk about the effect of climate change and safe policy them where government don't develop. Adeyemi Jackson gets more and gonna report.
Climate change don't turn big issue in the world now, and Salone don't get taste but how climate change turn like and the effect where it can give. The World Bank reports make and clear say Salone now one of the countries in the world where they at risk for make climate change happen if people not tap or do bad thing them to the environment. But always government get office them, but for sure the new direction agenda for first climate change make President Biobi set up the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, the Presidential Initiative on Climate Change, Renewable Energy and Food Security. But different civil society organizations say if government for succeed by the fight against climate change, need them for work with the people. Now for sake of this make, Women's Network for Environmental Sustainability Oneness don't get one engagement with different stakeholders from Pujum District and Western area. Gertrude Karimo, and the National Coordinator for Women's Network for Environmental Sustainability Oneness, talk about the reason why they bring different stakeholders them together.
A lot of policies then where government don't gets. We don't sit down and they talk about the NDC. National Design contributions of government. Some of the things where government go able for do for tackle climate change within those communities. Now that reason now we say let we bring with community people in Pujol districts, in 6 communities, Western Rural district 6 communities. Let they able for explain to them some of the policies where government don't create. How they go able for understand all of this.
But waiting one is thing about the different policy the way government don't set up for fight climate change in the country. Gertrude Karimo explain.
There are always gap in policies. So that is the reason why we say when we look at those policies at the end of the day, tell the people there what's in the happen. Then say within the people there, they tell you about what's in the gaps where they inside the policy. When I understand what the woman they ask Ministry of Environment, what is there for women? What's in there for women there? When I say women they participation, we are not just looking at participation. We want to know what's in there the policies for women there. So for me, yes, policies are there, but there are a lot of gaps within those policies. So that is the reason why government need to do more in order for able deal with those gaps that are within the policies.
Dr. Mustafa Thomas, a senior lecturer at the Geology Department of Rabe College, talk about what government and partner therefore do for protect the environment.
Well, in the first place, we're going to make sure we get enough resources because climate change, you can mitigate them. That is, you can stop them for but we don't get our capacity there. So we as poor nations can do and for time for adapt. So the adaptation strategies, them sometimes we lack the financial resources for able them together and implement them.
The Ministry of Environment and body way government set up for fight climate change in the country. John Brimer, now Assistant Director of Forestry and Research at the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, talk about what the ministry don't they do for fight against climate change in the country.
Yes, because they see encroachment. That's one aspect. And what they cause encroachment, they mean the people they're not aware, but they are aware because this workshop being with the building capacity them, let them get knowledge, awareness creating about the environment. So coming down to build along the coast, Aberdeen, up the hill, the foot slopes of the peninsula, they embark their own life because of loss of properties, life and properties. Then we even lost the water availability from Guma Dam. People then they can't clear around the foot slope for build houses up the hill where the shade and they provide shelter or the catchment, the water catchment.
After we different speakers, they will make presentation on the current state of the environment. I will later talk to different people who present at this meeting. But what do you think about this engagement with oneness and the partner all for raise awareness on climate change?
I learn a lot, but waiting are focused on agriculture because na me only to corner away a day na agriculture na aim with the pen pa. Na day we dey get with day to day living. Now we only to corner away with day. We thought and fit like oneness. Na in na the only organization we go write down now we doorstep them as a rural community. Then go meet we engage we as woman them. For there we go be self-reliance on agriculture.
Voting oneness don't go give them in time of climate change. Then able to understand a bit of them. And voting and can learn back in this workshop make them actually more and more equipped for them and go able for go deliver at the communities.
Then people here end up tell thank you to oneness and the partner them for the sabi way they don't get on climate change and end up assure say they will continue to engage people in a different community them but tell them about the bad effect of climate change and what them for do for protect the environment for the society for radio democracy. Adeyemi Jackson, the report.
The program, midday show, they continue inside the program. But they come back now to studio guest way in Samuel Toure program and monitoring and evaluation of FISA for Women's Network for Environmental Sustainability. Again, good afternoon and welcome to the program midday show.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, now start for Terry about this organization, Women's Network for Environmental Sustainability.
Well, Women's Network for Environmental Sustainability na a woman-led organization. Woman them we na inform women in a society. Then see say a good number of them come with then they deprive, then they go through a lot of challenges. Women and voices are not heard. And so then decide for come together for establish an organization where we empower women then to giving them power for let them hear them voice. Of course, like we hear it from that woman from the audio we just listen to, we talk say oneness they go at the doorstep of every community who's how they operate. The organization may actually start in 2013. They begin to operate, try for engage, try for see how they can engage different communities and different stakeholders them. But during that era, they may get some breakdown because of the Ebola we may get. So after the Ebola, then the organization get back on its toes. They engage, they seek fund from and charity organizations. Of course, one of the key partners are Christian Aid. We done the support we over the years in all the engagement them and activities and what we don't do. And then we done the support fund from other organizations like United Nations and so on and so forth.
Okay, so from 2013 to now, how it sound like?
Well, it has really not been easy. It don't really become challenging because starting from a small local organization, we try to see how women and voices could be heard. It has really not been easy because the organization may actually start on the basis of having fun on its own, then just come together, women, and they put their own resources them together for see how they push women issues them together forward, so that we within the country go understand say women they face a lot of challenge and then women they need help, and if people did not come to the aid, the situation will be worse. So then come together, try for establish themselves, move into community to the little resources for them before gather, and up to now it has really not been easy, but I think we are moving forward and we are making impact.
Okay, take me to una work on environmental sustainability. How this initiative come about?
Well, actually, the name of the organization of himself, an organization where relates to climate, environmental issue. It is called Women's Network for Environmental Sustainability. We visit communities, we network with women. When we go in a community, who's how we operate, we bring women in together through their own identification, the way they make within their communities. For instance, currently with the work now, Pujon and Western Rural District. We work on a project called the CKS project. In Pujon, we work in 6 communities, and in Western Rural, we work in 6 communities as well. When we go into them communities and they talk to the community, the women that within the community elders, we call them into a meeting, we ask them waiting on challenges, waiting that they go through, and waiting in one is for come to the aid and support them. So based from what we get from them, we say they come back together, we see how we can seek fund and go to the aid. If we go to a particular community and the community say, well, waiting our major challenge now farming, we want to engage into farming, we want to engage into climate change, smart agriculture, we want to engage into other activities. If we see say we get the funding and we get project, we speak to it and they talk to, they will come to the aid, we form them into group. We also go to schools, we engage schools with the notion, say, with the capture the Peking and young, train them into climate change, into tree planting practices, form them into climate and nature clubs as well, wherein we provide for them handouts where they read from their handout and they understand within the climate, within how the climate they affect them, and if they not get involved at that early age, their young time will be more worse than we young time now. So we train them, we buy trees, the way that they plant, then they speak to the heads of the school for give them time doing devotion. So that then we if we speak to the colleagues there and take the message back home. But it's not really easy because some of the engagement they who can get them picking into, then they say so many things where they even create fear in we that if you not handle the situation there, it will go out of hands. It will interest you for those they picking and actually know where they go on, waiting at some of the key things and where they damage the environment. So a lot of them they speak out.
Okay, so let's look at our impact in our communities then. How you go assess that?
Well, we impact very great. If you go to some communities now, we get cassava farm, we get vegetable garden farm, we get communities who started picking and unplant trees, we get communities where the woman then they convert them petete where they get from then and the climate smart agriculture into a pap where they produce, where good for school picking, lactating mothers, and even small picking the way they come up with, then they get obesity situation. So then pap then the woman and they make, we supply the machine, we don't open market for them now, who start then they sell, then we then produce and pap, the income of them pap, then they meet certain domestic activities. In some communities as well, we don't do what we call VSLA, we're in a village saving and loan association. We create boss for them. Prior to now, the woman them where in season cannot come, community people and the constraints, they go out of the community, go to other places, who start then they get loan from people at a very high cost. But because of the presence of the VSLA to the now, then they use waiting and they get among themselves now, and then they loan to themselves, and that's a very good success story.
Okay, now we deal with environment
issues
and environmental sustainability. One thing we really don't cause problem in our environment na caustic.
Yes.
Different communities and now don't they emerge, especially in the hilly place. How not don't they come in with the issues and they?
Well, on the issue of cutting down trees, it don't always become topical when we go into communities. But then, as a local organization, we not get for focus on the broader picture. What we do in this regard, we create sensitization. We try for create sensitization to the heads of the community. Tell them, say, then stick there where we the court and they damage the environment. So the key thing is, when I develop laws them, we go make a person cut one stick, it go plant stick back. So we may not become very successful in that regard within the western rural district, in Waterloo and its immediate environment. We develop bylaws. Then bylaws, then they restrict the people then from damaging the environment to some extent. Currently, as it is now, the council they even chase me back for see how they plead with we for see how we can revisit them bylaws and make them more intense and add some value to them based on then policies that where government they develop. We also try for do the same thing in Pujon district. We don't engage community, we don't speak to them, we don't look at them existing laws where they get within their communities and how we can build them laws, then they put them into book and black and white, so that tomorrow, when then society then they grow, people they don't go take advantage of them. Because you will notice that laws are there, but the laws they're not there inside book and pen. So anybody can come tomorrow say, no, I want to do this. They say we get law there. Still I see the law. How you wait for defender? So we don't engage the community. We don't get them from them. We don't try to form them into groups so that they go talk to them community people. They say then laws they are not for can put things on our hand, but for ensure say we not live in a very peaceful and coherent society.
Okay. The continue for still to inside the program. The voice you just listened to Fambul na Samuel Toure in a program and monitoring and evaluation officer na Women's Network for Environmental Sustainability. The program midday show they continue inside the program. They continue to look at more issues. We go inside the Chief Minister, Dr. David Senge say the work away go do na Sani Abacha Street. If they not say some shop then still they sell expired products the way this is say they against the country in law them. Dr. David Senge talk this inside one work away go do with the Ministry of Trade, Pharmacy Board, Consumer Protection Agency, na Sani Abacha Street for look for expired products and where people they sell. You know, Kabia gets more and go now report.
I just check them. But you can check before you buy. Yes, and they check when they all win. Then they all win. You know what to buy expensive.
Naso Imitan Lake, where the Chief Minister Dr. David Moina Senge, together with the Ministry of Trade, Pharmacy Board, Consumer Protection Agency, Bigo waka na the Sani Abacha Street, where the street, na one pan the busiest streets them, na free song, outside people they sell different things like things for it, clothes for wear, medicine, and plenty other things. And this worker, according to the Chief Minister, now for make them go look the different shop them where they sell things for it and medicine. For know if them products they are within they sell now then different shop they are no expire yet and safe. Know the different price them within they sell. More especially thing for it. Dr. David Moina Senge been talk more, but the reason why they do this worker.
Well, you know, in general, whether not through security meeting, whether not through cabinet, whether not through economic management, we can always talk about with responsibility to citizens and the way for enhance that. That was strengthen the institution that we did want. I've been wanting to make the standards bureau can, consumer protection can, pharmacy board can, Ministry of Trade, because together we all the work to make sure so we get the right products at the market for people.
In K-On for talk about waiting them be fair not during this worker.
Inside shop, we see expired products there. In the street, we see expired products there. But again, they are there. You got other people then where they check. So we as citizens need to take that responsibility there for check and for be accountable. Human behavior. You know, they able living the world go under. We tell them they park. We can't do tomorrow. Sometimes not go do it, but sometimes go sleep with Sunday. But then we need to make sure say the agency then really act. They really do what they do. They already they can. They already they do one. So I hope say they will continue with the work that they do. And we still will continue with the monitoring. We still will monitor them. So this month.
But waiting Pharmacy Board, makeup of this worker, Dr. Moses Batima, now the Chief Pharmacist, now the Ministry of Health, he explained.
Well, I think say what the Chief Minister do so is very, very interesting, and we like what he do so because number one, it help them for understand exactly what they go on at the market, but also they help we for understand exactly what we on staff that they do, as far as making sure say the product that we are available to the people that are the country, then good, they're effective, and they're of good quality. Well, we dip on them right now. We dip on what we call end of drug peddling campaign. We continue for make sure say we monitor every area where people then they sell drug in the street. We're not going to stop. We're going to continue this activity for make sure say we continue for protect the public. Because we're not going to allow people then for they go and buy drug in the street because sun go make them drug then quality reduce or water go even spoil them drug then and they're not go good for the people them. So we'll continue for monitor them.
where himself been the talk. The chief director and professional head na the Ministry of Trade, Emmanuel Conjo, say this worker show government commitment for address the plenty challenge them where people they get na the markets.
This na continuous exercise for do what government supposed to do. The very fundamental role of government is to protect the lives of the citizen and the people there. And if we get the marketplace rife with expired products, we therefore make sure that we intensify our efforts and support all other government institutions for do that. So what's in the Chief Minister do today, now for sure say governments, they work with one accord. They work in unison, and then they support the Ministry of Trade and the agency them. When a Silent Standards Bureau and the National Consumer Protection Agency. We ensure say we walk around, we engage with the private sector and sensitize with people and say, if you go get expired good, it's not good for you. Your life there at risk. And any side where you see them, make we know, and then we'll get rid of them.
During this worker, one concern where markets woman them na Sani Abacha Street been bring to the notice of the Chief Minister. Now the way out they say the worker find boss them can treat them.
Why is so smart for the time? They say they come on. I saw they push you. Don't worry, they can. They blow on you. I saw yeah, and I saw they work for people there. Yes, sir. They don't give one chance. The police them back to the get swear. This how they feel we are automatic. They put inside and go with you.
Okay, so good point. You know, say 7 markets. They get about 1,000 stalls there. Where is it done? It's almost done.
Yes.
Abacha, now we're the 4 people then.
Yes.
We then go for engage for Gona Sewa. Yeah, go by. We don't go there. Now fine, it's rain, we don't go there, the other rain. It actually fine, we just find them, So where the term reach, as where I talk to the minister there, they say that Abacha now we're the priority. But the point I want to make. I'm glad that he notes down there, and I'm gonna make sure say, on the review process what they do, they're gonna make sure say that one way. No, not the truth. Not the truth.
Dr. David Moina Senge end up calling people, more especially markets woman the way they sell na Sani Abacha Street, for make sure say they not sell expired products them and be end up assure say the Ministry of Trade and other body them go they continue this worker na different markets them na the country. For Radio Democracy, Yeno Kabia the reports.
The program midday show they continue inside the program. The time from the studio clock at 12:31. Will they take this break? When we come back, we'll continue the program.
This time we continue salon. So we know it's not the team, the Monday. Things come together. Cause no other person who can for mix salon fast listen to the lyrics, the message, learn some lesson and get some blessing. Them they shoot and they loot. The man they don't die, but them kicking they cry. The problem just a pile, nobody know they smile. And because you talk with just a double, people they grumble. Say they're not going able, because you know stable. Waiting for do. Now for stop the threats, make use of waiting we get. Forgive and forget. Those when I beat a medicine, so we go well. With God your blessings, salon go well. That's in the work go day, and then go they pay. Then big businessman go calm, so we say become. Book man go call it tool, picking go go na school. Go travel up and down, let's go painting at home. The one they sing or play, but set to get small. This not to lie, we never try it and the vibe of us. That we thank God for this one, what?
Salon Milan, Salon Milan, Salon now we own. Salon for me, Salon for you, Salon for we all. To wait the gun, to wait the gun, let we left for run. To wait the gun, to wait the gun, let we get some fun.
The brother Salon man there and sister there. No, the man they left for sleep.